$500 a month. That's it. That's the whole premise of this video. Not $5,000. Not a windfall inheritance. Not some aggressive investment strategy that requires you to know what a derivatives contract is. Just $500 a month, invested consistently, and left alone. And I need you to stay with me for the next 8 minutes, because what that single habit produces over time is one of those things that sounds made up until you see the actual numbers laid out in front of you. Most people look at $500 and think, that's a car payment, that's groceries. That's not enough to actually build real wealth. I'll start investing when I have more. That thought right there is the most expensive mistake most people make with money. Not a bad investment, not a market crash, just waiting. Because here's what nobody shows you. The difference between starting today versus starting 5 years from now isn't just 5 years of contributions. Thanks to compound interest, that delay costs you an amount that will genuinely make your jaw drop. I'm going to show you exactly what $500 a month looks like at the 10-year mark, the 20-year mark, and the 30-year mark. Real numbers, no fluff, no get-rich-quick energy, just math, and math, in this case, is extraordinarily exciting. Before we get into the numbers, let me set the foundation so everything I show you is honest and grounded. I'm going to use a 7% average annual return throughout this video. That's a conservative estimate based on the historical average of a broad index fund like the S&P 500 adjusted for inflation. Some years the market returns more, some years less, but 7% is the number financial planners have used for decades as a realistic, sustainable long-term assumption. We're not picking stocks, we're not timing the market. We're talking about a simple, boring, beautiful index fund investment. $500 going in every single month without fail, regardless of what the market is doing. When it's up, when it's down, every month. That consistency is not a small detail. That consistency is almost the entire secret. Also, these numbers assume you're starting from zero. No existing savings, no inheritance, no head start, just $500 a month beginning today. Now, let's talk about what actually happens. 10 years in, you have contributed $60,000 of your own money. $500 times 12 months times 10 years. $60,000 out of your pocket, out of your paycheck, out of your life. Your account balance? $83,000. You didn't earn $60,000. You earned $83,000. That extra $23,000 came from nowhere except the math working quietly in your favor while you did nothing. Now $83,000 is solid. That's a real number. That's a meaningful emergency fund, a down payment, a financial cushion most Americans don't have. But honestly, at the 10-year mark, compound interest is still just warming up. It hasn't hit its stride yet. Think of it like a snowball at the top of a hill. At 10 years, you've packed the snow and started rolling. The hill is still ahead of you. Here's the thing most people miss about this stage, though. The temptation at year 10 is to stop, to cash it out. To use it for something, a renovation, a car, a lifestyle upgrade you've been putting off. Cashing out at year 10 doesn't just cost you $83,000. It costs you everything that $83,000 was about to become. And what it was about to become is where this story gets truly remarkable. 20 years in, you have now contributed $120,000 of your own money. Double the contributions from year 10. Your account balance, $260,000. Let that register for a second. You put in $120,000. You have $260,000. The market, compound interest, generated $140,000 on top of your contributions. More than your total investment just in growth. This is where the snowball starts picking up serious speed. Notice what happened between year 10 and year 20. Your contributions doubled, but your account balance more than tripled. That is compound interest shifting from a gentle slope into something steeper. The money is now making money on the money that already made money, and that compounding loop is accelerating. At $260,000, your portfolio is generating roughly $18,000 a year in returns on its own, before you add a single new dollar. That's $1,500 a month appearing in your account from growth alone, just from staying in. Most people at this stage start to feel it. The number starts to feel real. The finish line starts to feel visible. And the math is about to do something that genuinely doesn't feel possible. 30 years in. Total contributions from your own pocket, $180,000. You put in $180,000 over 3 decades. Your account balance? $567,000. You contributed $180,000. You have $567,000. Compound interest generated $387,000, more than double your entire lifetime contribution, purely from growth. And here is the number that truly puts this in perspective. Of that $567,000, only 32% of it is money you actually put in. The other 68% is money the math created for you. 2/3 of your wealth built entirely by time and consistency, not stock picks, not perfect timing, not a finance degree or a high salary or a lucky break. Time. And showing up every single month with $500. Now here's where I want to pause and make sure this lands correctly. $567,000 is a life-changing number for most people. That is genuine financial security. That is options. The ability to retire, to slow down, to choose how you spend your time without being controlled entirely by a paycheck. And we built it on $500 a month, $16 a day, the cost of a fast food meal and a coffee. I said at the beginning that waiting is the most expensive mistake most people make. Now let me show you exactly what that costs. If you start today, 30 years, $567,000. If you wait just 5 years to start, same $500 a month, same 7% return, but only 25 years of growth, you end up with $379,000. Waiting 5 years cost you $188,000, nearly $200,000 from a 5-year delay. If you wait 10 years, 20 years of investing, you end up with $260,000, the number we saw at the 20-year mark. Waiting a decade cost you over $300,000. You didn't lose that money in the market. You didn't make a bad investment. You just waited. And waiting, compounded over time, is brutally expensive in a way that never shows up on any bill or statement. It's invisible, which is exactly why so many people keep doing it. The best time to start was 10 years ago. The second best time is right now, today, before this video ends. Here's what I want you to walk away with. Wealth at this level is not built by people who earn the most. It's built by people who start the soonest and stay the longest. That's it. That's the whole formula. $500 a month is not a small amount for everyone. I understand that. But whatever your number is, $100, $200, $300, the math works the same way. Start with what you have, increase it as you grow, and never stop. The version of you 30 years from now is being built by decisions happening right now. Make sure that version of you has options. If this video shifted something for you, hit the like button and share it with someone who needs to see these numbers. Most people go their entire lives without anyone showing them this. See you in the next one.